Hi, and welcome to yet another episode of our podcast at Not That Different, where we spotlight young talent. In today's episode, we are spotlighting the 21-year-old Kush. Kush is passionate about music and is currently learning to play the djembe. He hopes to perform on stage someday. He's an artist who loves to create beautiful things with his hands at Little Trove Box, with pottery being one of his favorite activities. He's also learning plant arrangement, and I'm very delighted to welcome Pratima Bhinge, Kush's mother. Pratima is a person who wears many hats, a chartered accountant by profession. Pratima is the founder of Little Trove Box, an enterprise that sells beautiful and unique gifts, and is also the co founder of Club Youngistaan, an initiative that, among other things, aims to create a platform where teens and young adults with differential needs get an opportunity to bond with each other and form friendships. Hi, Pratima. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Thank you, Shwetha. Thank you for having me.
The feeling's mutual. So, Pratima, could you just, tell us a little bit about your journey with Kush? And as a parent, how did you figure out that working with his hands is something that, is something that he's interested in?
So it's obviously a long journey, 21 years. So
Yes.
it's really a long journey. And like every other parent, we also like having why us and all that initially. So he was 3 years old and was this GDD, Global Developmental Delay.
Hmm.
Before that, I could figure out that he has some problem with his eyes. So he has coloma in his one eye. So
Okay.
it's not that the sight is not there, sight is there, but it is like little low on those
Hmm.
that eye.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that was the initial problem I found out. And later on, at 2, we came to know about his global developmental delay. And then obviously the therapies and all that stuff
Yeah.
we started. And speech, etc. He speech was not there up to his age of 5. And maybe around 8, 9, he started talking some things
Hmm.
and then jumbling words, all that. So it was not very clear, but yeah, it came
Hmm.
through the therapies. And he was going to normal school, inclusive school,
Hmm.
up to the age of 50.
Oh, good. Hmm.
So there, his journey, he was not able to do any academics, but
Hmm.
at least he could socialize and do
Exactly.
many things
Hmm.
that teachers do.
Hmm.
So that has helped him a lot,
Hmm.
and he doesn't have a here at all. So he always wants to go somewhere and do some
Hmm.
dancing. And people around, he's like a magnet to the people around dancing,
Hmm.
and also wherever we go, we take him
Hmm.
always with us outside. So
Hmm.
like weekly to some restaurant where we have live music and all. So
Hmm.
he was loving those things, and we started him with tabla because he was interested in percussions. So he
Hmm.
used to listen to Zakir Hussain and like all sorts of percussion. So
Hmm.
started with tabla, but
Hmm.
then eventually it was very difficult for him to get into like sitting down and doing
Hmm.
tabla. So then
Hmm.
shifted to djembe.
Okay.
And now he is learning djembe from Tawfiq Qureshi sir. So
Okay.
it's like it started in pandemic, and hopefully
Okay.
stage performance opportunity shortly. So we are hoping for that.
It will go
So
well.
yeah,
Keep your fingers crossed. Good luck to him.
yeah. And after 15, I started thinking about what next, because he's
Hmm.
not into academics, or music
Hmm.
cannot be something that we can explore as opportunity for making him like do something continuously.
Absolutely.
So
Hmm.
then I came up with this idea of gifting venture, because he was very fascinated with the gifts,
Hmm.
giving also and receiving also.
Yes.
So that is how I started with this green gifting venture. So
Okay.
mainly we do plant arrangements and some
Hmm.
stuff that our other kids are making. So those
Hmm.
also we include in Little Trove Box. So idea was to get a box filled with the things that our kids are making
Yes.
and gift as a hamper. So that was the main idea behind this. And we are still trying to do that and market it that way.
No, I think it's a lovely
So
idea, right? These are all basically green gifts, right? They're related to
green
plants. So
gifts.
these are, plants that you
Yes.
can keep, plants that you can grow. So yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. I've kind of, seen your page on Facebook, and it's the kind of gifts that you have. It's really beautiful. So yeah, very therapeutic even for us as adults to get that and, to do those things. So yes.
Yes.
So that's a,
We're trying to make some fish gardens also.
oh wow.
So that is also a good gift for
Mhm.
people. So it is something that we're trying.
Mhm.
Obviously, not in and his motor skills are not that good.
Mhm.
So we are trying. Even with pottery, we are trying now.
Yes.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think see the advantage with all of these activities, including pottery, right? See, my daughter is somebody who has a lot of sensory differences, but otherwise, pottery is something, I would have surely explored for her as well. See, activities like, I don't know, trimming a plant and arranging it in a certain way, and pottery where you're using your hands. A lot of what we perceive as deficits, fine motor deficits, in a very organic way, I think the learning happens, right? The improvement happens, and they do it in a way that it is very enjoyable, and when they see the final product, they see so much of value in it because they've created something so beautiful. So they also enjoy doing
Yeah.
it, unlike saying that the fine motor skills are not there, so let's do therapy. Now in therapy you do this, now you do this. I mean, after a point, they don't want to do it. It's stress for them. It's stress for people who are trying to get them to do it. But I think this is a very nice way to sort of bring in those skills, and yet I think find meaningful engagement, right, for the child,
It is
and
also like
going into adulthood.
uh,
Yeah.
it is also like when they are making something, so they are not looking at the perfection. So the
Yes.
pieces that they are making,
Mhm.
it is like unique. Every piece will be unique because
Absolutely.
they are not looking at the perfection, how it is and what we
Look,
will look at it. But for them, it is like something they have done and it comes out so well that, array, wow, this is nice
No, I think
and
see
unique.
that art is very non-judgmental. Anything you create with your hands is very non-judgmental, right? It is beautiful. It is beautiful the way it is. Unlike I think in very traditional regimented stuff where we are saying that it has to be like this, it has to be like this. We are defining what is beautiful. We are defining those standards. But I think the best thing about working with your hands is it's a very non-judgmental space, and what you create is beautiful. After all, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? So a lot of I think these skills, they get built in a very organic, enjoyable and meaningful manner for the teen or the young adult, and when they see what they have made, it's there in front of them and it looks so beautiful, they feel so happy. And then when somebody receives that as a gift and they appreciate it, they feel so encouraged to try more of these things, right? So I think yeah, that's very nice actually. Yeah.
Every piece has its story, that's the say, na? So it is like
Yes.
that. Every story.
Have you considered, I don't know, putting in a little card that says this is made by this person, who thinks this looks like this? I would love to, if I get a gift hamper, I would love to have a card that says this is made by Kush and he perceives this as this, right? It'll be something I think
Yeah,
very
so
nice.
we have one card made of
Mm.
that. So it's, yeah,
So
it
that's
is
like,
inspiring. He loves the, like initially we used to do the before pandemic we used to do some exhibition. So he used to love those things and he's like ये
Mhm.
मैंने बनाया है. It's like it's his joy of showing कि ये मैंने बनाया है इसका
Absolutely.
ये price है. He was like always showing people the things around and he was loving that stall thing. After pandemic, it has become a little difficult.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, see, so many skills there, right? He's learning about money. He's learning that, he's learning to kind of, he has the confidence and feels good to go out there. In a stall, like obviously, in an exhibition, you have so many people coming in, people you've never seen before in your lives. So your communication skills are organically growing because, you feel the need, and so confidently you're talking, ki, I have created this product and this is how much it costs. And then he's learning about money. He realizes that this is something that can be sold. It has a monetary value, so somebody is going to, I don't know, pay me so much of money for it. Now this person can pay it to me in the form of credit cards, this person can gpay it to me, or they can pay it to me in the form of cash. So much of all these learnings that we try to force in a classroom setup, this is money and this is how it is done, right? It happens so organically, and they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
learn,
that is true.
right?
Correct.
So so Pratima, tell me something, about this other venture of yours that you're the co-founder of Club Youngistaan, right? Something that I have been following closely as well. Oftentimes, from the time our children are diagnosed to whatever is their learning path, see, even schools or nothing is defined for them, right? A lot of trial and error happens. A lot of our time is spent in therapies, and we spend a lot of our time and energies trying to focus on getting these skills and upskilling and working on their difficulties or things that they don't find very easy. And the one thing that I believe is the elephant in the room, and which somehow gets sacrificed in this whole process of trying to upskill our kids, is their need to socialize, right? Obviously there are challenges, for them to be able to go and even though we live in apartments or wherever else, to go and socialize with neurotypical peers. It doesn't happen that effortlessly for different reasons, right? They may not be able to play the way those kids play. They may not be able to communicate with them the way they communicate with each other. They may not be able to relate at the in the same ways, right? But as parents, somehow in our list of priorities, socialization doesn't exist at all. Somewhere it's forgotten. But we are all social beings, I mean, they also have a need to form friends, and they also have a need to relate to each other. So when I read about Club Youngistaan, I thought it was an amazing, venture. So tell us something more about Club Youngistaan, and what do you do at Club Youngistaan?
So the story behind it, it started in pandemic. So
Okay.
before that, we just started with the WhatsApp group, Pune
Hmm.
based, because we are in Pune, and me and Jyotsna, my other co-founder friend. So
Hmm.
we thought that there is no group which is focused on 15 and above.
Yes.
So we started with the group. And
Hmm.
then we had some plans, like we will have call some experts and have some conversations with parents, how to do and what vocational activities we can do and how to start it. All that, like it was not planned as Club Youngistaan. Youngistaan was a group we
Hmm.
formed. And then in pandemic, we started thinking what to do now, because it is like we started with Pune based, and now we are not meeting. We don't know how much time
Right.
it is going to be. So then we started with some activities like making some videos, calling out from parents that kids are
Hmm.
doing some activity at home. Those videos we are collating and all that. And then we thought of doing some trial sessions, and then trial sessions worked out well. And then 1st July 2020, we started with Club Youngistaan.
Yes.
And so since then to now, it's consistently we are trying to make different activities online basically, and offline some activities in Pune.
Hmm.
That online it is working out well.
Hmm.
It's like you were talking about the socializing and friendship especially. So
Hmm.
it is the bonding that has happened during these online sessions.
Hmm.
It is so amazing that they are talking to each other. They are asking, "How are you? What
Hmm.
are you doing now? What's your plan?" Everything.
Hmm.
They would
Hmm.
love to plan their own things. Like, I want to go to Goa. My son will say, "Chalo Goa plan karte hain." Something like that. And in pandemic, there was like when vaccination was to happen, it
Hmm.
was like the 6, 7 kids that were regularly meeting.
Hmm.
So they were like, discussing about this vaccine. And for my
Hmm.
son, it was like he was asking me, "Mama, kab jana hai vaccine ke liye?" It was so
Wow.
I didn't have to do anything, and it was like done kind of. So that is the
Hmm.
bonding that has happened
Hmm.
online.
Hmm.
It's like every Sunday they meet
Hmm.
at 3 o'clock. It's Champs Adda, we call it. They
Hmm.
meet, the chit chat, they do whatever they want. So it is
Hmm.
their space. Parents are not allowed there. So
Hmm.
they are talking. And the other sessions are also happening like
Hmm.
Bollywood dance, fitness,
Hmm.
yoga, pranayam,
Hmm.
art and
Hmm.
craft, cooking. And some
Hmm.
sessions now, like after some time, it happened like organically, it has happened. They wanted to do something on their own.
Yeah.
So one started with cooking session. One
Hmm.
jam is
Hmm.
autistic, started with cooking session.
Wow.
Cooking sessions are also very famous.
Yeah.
And one started with Down syndrome, she started with art and craft session.
Hmm.
Then seeing them, the
Hmm.
others have now started with yoga session. One boy takes yoga session.
Hmm.
Then one more boy started like, I also want to do some cooking with my
Hmm.
friends. So he
Hmm.
also started the cooking session. So it is like they are also getting that confidence that
Hmm.
that my friends, and they are my friends, and I want to teach them something. That
Yes.
is the confidence level. So
Hmm.
some things like they are also having online Zoom mehfil,
Hmm.
we call it. So
Okay.
the showcase happens. In showcase also, like they will be doing comparing. Kids
Hmm.
will be doing comparing and all. So it is organically everything is happening that they want to do it, want
Yes.
to be part of it.
Yes.
And we have one more initiative of magazine, that
Yeah. CY
fortnightly
Connect.
Club
Yeah.
Youngistaan. Yeah. So in that also, like they are doing designing. One is doing designing.
Wow.
One is doing like compiling all the entries, and then
Hmm.
so it is for them also getting involved in these Club
Hmm.
Youngistaan sessions and doing all this. So their confidence level have increased. They are more involved. They are planning their own session. They are planning their own like Connect magazine. Once it is like done fortnightly,
Hmm.
the next day they will ask next theme for Connect. Please let us know. Then we will have like those entries. So it is like enthusiasm is also there.
Hmm.
So that way it is really. I mean, we are happy to see them growing like this, confidence levels and the friendship.
Absolutely. See, I think it's very important, right? So, just to kind of give you a little anecdote, a lot of these teenagers, 15, 16-year-olds plus. So, friendship is such an integral part of their lives. Technology is such an integral part of their lives. A while ago, one of my friend's daughters, who's the same age as my daughter Aditi, started this initiative called Project Lattice. So basically, they post stuff on Instagram about they had one about one theme was gender justice, one theme was disabilities, and one theme was LGBTQ rights. So it was very nice because these neurotypical kids would get together and on online on their calls they would plan, and then they would write and they would work with each other. So much of teamwork that happens, right? Working with each other and then deciding this month we will put this, and who's going to write the content, who's going to write the um, who's going to decide the canvas slides and things like that. So many of these leadership skills, working with each other, all of that happens so organically. So the nice part was, my friend's daughter reached out to Aditi and she said, why don't you write for one of our segments? And Aditi wrote, and she said, look, I'm a non-speaker, so you guys talk and I'm going to chat using the chat box. But that probably was the first time ever that she experienced that kind of bonding. See, more than anything coming out of it, it's bonding. It's exchanging your thoughts, it's exchanging, and then trying to do something together, right? It occurred to me that our neurodivergent kids are missing out on so much of all of this. See, one part is, their education, one part is formal education. Are they completing every step? It's a challenge. That is one side to it. But that's not just what it is, right? There's so much, so much of learning that happens, real life learning that happens during adolescence and young adulthood, and there's so much of that they are missing on and out on. And then when I heard about Club Youngistan, I was like, this is amazing. It's the elephant in the room that no parent talks about, but here it is happening. And I think it's
Yeah.
very nice also that it happens online, because for many of them, many autistic kids, social anxiety is a reality, right? But when they are doing something online, somehow for some reason, I think it is more comfortable for them to do things online, and still they are bonding, right? And they're
Yeah.
able to
Also
make
because they are
friends.
doing it. Yeah. Also because they are doing it from home, so they
Yes.
are into their comfortable environment, and then they are like interacting. It's like okay, मैं अपने घर में हूँ and I'm interacting with my friends, so that comfort is always there. Also
Absolutely.
nowadays, it's becoming very difficult to commute anywhere. Even in Pune, it is very
Yes.
difficult. When we do anything offline, it is very much area specific. Maybe
True.
5 kilometers radius, not
Yes.
more than that. People can come. And
Yeah.
online, we can reach out. Like we have pan India, out of India also, we have some students joining in for sessions. So it is really helping that way.
No, absolutely. I see. I think the power of technology. You and I are talking over Zoom. So much of our own, lives happen on social media, happen on networking sites. So many people that we are able to connect with, right? The same thing for them. Introduce technology, and give them the opportunity to explore what are really their interests and their strengths. I think they become happier. They are able to have a network, a circle of their own, people that they can call as friends. So, they have that thing to look forward to where they are saying, okay, today I'm going to, I don't know, design this for this edition of CY Connect, or I'm going to, teach cooking to all of my friends. So I think, it makes them happier, right?
The planning goes behind it.
Mm.
Actually, we should the one who is taking sessions, cooking sessions from very long time. So he will
Mm.
plan a PPT
Mm.
and he will have PPT shown, and then here the step by step, like following step by step instructions, and he will check, push,
Mm.
have you done this?
Oh,
He'll ask
wow.
others, have you done this?
Mm.
If everyone is done, then they will go. So it is really nice to see all those things online. And I'm being the face of Club Youngistaan. Always I'm there in every session. So they are connected to me as well. So whenever they are like seeing me, and it's like it's so much. I'm also feeling so much loved by them, that feeling I cannot express in words. It's like
Mm.
so much that I'm getting goosebumps right now telling you, because it is so attached. They all are so attached to me.
Yes.
It's like Pratima auntie. It's really nice. They will talk to me on phone. They'll have texted me on
Mm.
WhatsApp. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. All that. So
Mm.
it's really amazing.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. So Pratima, tell me what's next for Little Trove Box. Are you planning to add more products? How are you planning to grow that?
So recently we tried flower arrangements.
Hmm.
So I'm planning that flower
Hmm.
arrangement, and maybe I'm planning to get more our champs also involved to do
Hmm.
something.
Hmm.
And probably we start something vocational activity in Club Youngistaan, and then we club it with Little Trove Box, because
Yes.
I have the space, so we
Yes.
can do
Hmm.
something of that. So that is in plan, but still we are discussing and get on it. Flower arrangements, maybe I'll start in this season. Gifting season is started already because friendship is coming,
I
and
know.
then Rakhi.
Yeah.
So that is there. So we
Hmm.
did some in February, like Valentine's Day ka time.
Hmm.
Later on, again, I stopped, and now we start again.
Yes.
So that is there. And pottery, I'm still exploring how we can add some pieces. So
Hmm.
maybe those pieces also will be added. Yes.
Yes. So, what about the instructors for these skills? They would just be the regular instructors, right, who come and teach your kids.
Mostly regular instructors.
Hmm.
Even on Club Youngstown, we have mostly regular instructors.
Hmm.
They are not special educator as such. Not all. I mean, there are, but like dance, fitness, and all this, they are regular.
Skills, yeah.
And they are really good they initially they have
Exactly.
this inhibition that I have not worked with special needs. How do we? But
Exactly.
then
Yes.
we tell them, like, when you start working with them, you will find that there's no difference between neurotypical
Yes.
and neurodivergent in
Exactly.
that way. Only
Yes.
thing is, some will have some issues like communicating some things and all.
Hmm.
But other than that, there will be, they are like quite similar.
Yes.
So they then slowly gets confidence that, okay, we're doing it nicely.
Exactly.
So
See, that's what I've seen with many of these, some of the other experiences that I've had also, right? People with a special ed background come with, a certain kind of expectation, a preconceived notion, right? And I think, people just who come in with absolutely no idea, this is where the true inclusion happens, because they are like clean slate. They will come in with zero, idea of, could, if I say that my student is autistic, my student is going to be like this. That notion is not there, right? They come from a, space of complete lack of judgment. And I think that works brilliantly well for our children also, right? We keep
right.
saying inclusion, inclusion, but I think these are the opportunities where inclusion happens very organically. They get to
Yeah.
interact with the neurotypical world very organically. The neurotypical world also gets a real sense, as against certain cliches that are portrayed in media. But when they
Yeah.
actually come and work with our children, I think they teens and young adults, I think they get a very real sense of what it is. And they probably also realize that maybe they are different in some way, but it's not that different. It's like
It's not
at a
different.
certain level, it's
Exactly.
like teaching any other teen or young adult something. So they will
Yeah.
have their days when they'll be super cooperative. They'll have their days when they're going to, well, give you a very entertaining time, so to say. So, yeah.
So one of the initiative we have in Club Youngistaan is called Project Maitri, where we tell neurotypical kids to come in and do some activities with our kids. So there are three girls who are right now involved with the Project Maitri. So they would do some sessions, like sometimes they have done a painting ka session, they have done a puppetry session. So they are also interacting with them, video, showing video and talking about it. So these kind of stuff they are doing,
Hmm.
and they also find it like, yeah, they are like, we can be friends with them, and
Hmm.
it is not that different. Yeah, it is challenging sometimes when there's a communication gap, definitely, but that is when they have to show their compassion and try to
Exactly.
understand what they are saying. So it is really beautiful to see all those bondings that are happening on Club Youngistaan platform.
Absolutely, yes. And I think online just gives you the freedom of getting in people from anywhere in the country who's willing to do it, right? Any high schooler wants to come and just interact with, the group at Club Youngistan, they can do it. They want to share some thoughts or teach some skills, they can do it, right? So I think that is, that way I think online is an amazing platform. So what
Even
about your
normal
plan?
communication,
Hmm.
even normal communication, if they can come in and just communicate with them,
Yes,
just talk. Like we are talking right now, they can just talk. It is
absolutely.
like that also they are bonding. So they are doing those things
Absolutely.
also. So yeah, definitely through your platform, I would like to invite neurotypicals to come on the Project Maitri
Yes.
platform as well for our kids.
Yes, absolutely. And we hope to see more of these happening, right? I mean, the whole idea of running Not That Different was of course, we are networked, as parents within the special needs community, we are networked. But what about the society at large? What about the neurotypical kids, right? See, it's very difficult, for an adult who's 30 or 32 to go to workspace and find a neurodivergent and understand that neurodivergent very well. It's not like a switch that's getting turned on, right? But children come from a space of lack of judgment. Children are very open minded, and if they are exposed to people with diverse needs from a very young age, I think it just becomes a normal thing, right? The conversation becomes very organic. So that was basically the whole idea behind it. And yeah, absolutely, here's to all the neurotypical teens and young adults watching this. Please do become a part of Project Maitri, and this is a lovely opportunity for you to interact with a bunch of energetic teens and young adults who are looking forward to interacting with you, just as you are looking forward to interacting with them. So what's next for Club Youngistan?
Club Youngistan, now we want to expand, like it's like we happening on any session we are getting like about 8, 10 kids, but we want to reach out to many neurodivergent who can be part of it and get the socializing and benefit of this beautiful bonding that they are getting in each and every session. So definitely we are trying to go more, reach out more maybe. So that is the plan in Club Youngistan. Offline sessions, some we have started in Pune.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm not sure about other cities as of now because we are in Pune. Even other areas of Pune, because we have to cater to Pune first in one area and then other area, then other area,
Yes.
then other cities. It's like that.
Hmm.
So that is maybe 5 years down the line plan or the going offline because it is really difficult. But
True.
online definitely it works out really well.
Yes.
Whoever is watching, I would request them to at least see how it is happening and be
Hmm.
part of it for some, even if they come for one session, they will come to know how it is. And
Exactly.
yeah, it's not like that in one session your child is getting
Hmm.
something. I mean, immediately our jams, maybe if they are shy and all, and
Hmm.
there is a communication is lacking, then maybe they will not be part of it immediately.
Yes.
But definitely after 3, 4, 5 sessions, they will be comfortable.
Yes.
So
Everything
I
needs
would,
time, right?
yes, for
Every
us
every
also,
new thing
first
needs
time,
time.
how,
Yes. We are not like super friendly with the person we meet for the first time. No, same thing
yes,
for
exactly.
them.
It happens in 3, 4 sessions. It happens that patience. I think parents should have to go on those lines that it's not happening in one session, this trial session, and it's
Mm,
not happening in there. But at least parents will get to know what is happening, and then maybe they can try and see how their kids are getting involved, getting benefited out of this. So we also have chess sessions going on. Those are on one-on-one sessions.
mm,
So some of them are taking chess sessions.
mm.
Chess is actually a brain game. People will, I mean, for us, it is also difficult kind of, but our kids are doing it. They are
Absolutely.
learning.
Yes.
So it is also something that they can explore. So
Absolutely. Don't
in,
say it doesn't happen until you try, and for sure you've tried a few times and you realize that it doesn't happen. Yeah, I
yeah.
think always it takes an open mind to do anything, right?
Yeah, and our facilitators are also so much compassionate and involved
Mhm.
that they'll make all kids do the activity that they are doing.
Mhm.
So it is not like it is in a group setting, but it is not like it is happening like group mein bol diya. It's not like that.
Mhm.
They will call one by one and they will ask them and try to do with them something. So it is like that. So when in dance, they'll ask them to lead. The facilitator will
Mhm.
ask the kid to lead some part of it.
Mhm.
So it is happening that way also. So confidence from there also they are getting like I can also teach.
Yes.
So I request all who are watching at least come on
Uh,
the Club Youngistaan and
Definitely, definitely. I think it sounds so interesting. So, yeah, absolutely. It was lovely chatting with you, Pratima. And here's hoping you get lots more of success. You're able to, physically grow Club Youngistaan, not just in Pune, but even in other cities. I mean, there's a clear need for something like this, even in Bangalore. As far as I know, nothing's happening. So, here's wishing Kush for his, stage performance that is soon to happen, and I'm sure he will rock it. And Little Trove Box and Club Youngistaan, all the very best. Thank you so much for doing this, Pratima.
thank you so much for having me here on Book Cosmia platform, Shwetha. Thank you.
Thank
And I would request everyone to at least go and check our Facebook, Instagram, and our website, clubyoungistaan.com. So if they can go and check. And,
Yes, we will also be
thank you.
carrying in our video description. We'll also be carrying the links to your to Little Trove Box and to Club Youngistaan.
Club Youngistaan. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shwetha.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.